and pass very well. So as usual, we start with our short notes there. So we start with decisions and risk. Decisions and risk. Decisions and risk. The most important thing that you're supposed to always remember is that under risk environment, we are given probabilities are normally given. Uncertainty, no probabilities. So tell us there that decisions under risk here, future outcomes. Future outcomes are uncertain, into brackets unknown, comma, but probabilities are known. But probabilities are known. Probabilities are known. So you'll always get yourself in this kind of an environment. We are given here X, for example, and that this could either be 50 or 60, and then you are given probabilities like that. So even if you're not told anything, whenever you see these outcomes of X and you see probabilities, what are you supposed to be doing? No, you multiply. So you give us, in this case here, what we call expected monetary value, which is the same as what here, somebody X bar. And to get X bar, you will simply take X values times what here, and then you do what here, somebody, you sum. You take XP and then you sum. So you create a column here for XP. Create a column here for XP. So like 50 times 0.4, where are your calculators? Which are of, oh, you don't need a calculator there. 20, yeah? 60 by 0.6, 36. So giving us what figure? Because you see at the end of the day, you must sum, isn't it? Which gives us 56 like that. So whenever you see probabilities being given, you know straight away that we are under which environment? Risk environment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, under this risk environment, your examiner expects us to teach you the following techniques. Your examiner, if you look at your syllabus, your examiner wants us to teach you guys EMV. Then we have what we call expected value of perfect information. This you must be able to know. EV of PI. And then lastly, on this environment, you want you to know how to draw decision trees. On this environment, you want you to know how to draw decision trees. You want you to know how to draw decision trees, which I'll be able to show you very well how to do this. My physical students, I can see some of them are writing, so I'll be able to give you a minute. I'll be able to give you a minute. You get to clear. For the students who have failed AMA for the longest time ever, yeah, you'll get some students telling you, Mwalimu, I failed AMA 7 times. I'm doing it for the 8th time, you can imagine. Normally, they are weak on topic number 3. They're also weak on variances. Once you're good with this topic number 3 and you're good with variances, you can never fail in AMA. And I'm going to show you how. Very good. So I'll be able to come back to this. Have you finished? So now I can progress here. So we go to what we call decisions under uncertainty. Decisions under uncertainty. I can see Chalo is asking 7 times. If people were to be honest, Chalo, if people here were to be honest, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. So, or the link to, why do we forget the physical? Why do we forget the physical students? It's because also the physical students, unlike the online, even homeworks you guys don't do. Like the online, they always do their homeworks and they post on the group. The physical guys, I've never seen them doing it. Yeah, you're supposed to post there. Oh, we shall overcome. So what is the name of our group? AMA, May? AMA, May? No. Physical. That's 2024. AMA? 2026. Ui, I doubt kama ni hiyo. Hebu nitag haraka haraka. Hebu nitag haraka haraka. Kuna time ya kupoteza sasa. Hebu nitag haraka haraka. Umeshanitaga kweli? Ama hata siko hapo ndani. Menitaga eh? Yeah, now I can see. That's really sad. Hey. Sorry, sorry, there's a group I'm sorting here. All right. So decisions under uncertainty tell us pretty fast there that notes in the pages ngapi for today's class we have just begun. Yeah, like a half a page, right? Half a page, yeah. Half a page. So tell us there that future outcomes are uncertain. Are uncertain. And what is not known? Probabilities are unknown. And the probabilities, are unknown. So in this case here, future outcomes are unknown or are uncertain, and the probabilities are unknown or they are not given. If you look at your syllabus under uncertainty wants us to look at the following techniques. Your syllabus wants us to look at number 1, 𝗔𝗍. Number 2, what we call 𝗔𝗍, 𝗔𝗍. Yeah, 𝗔𝗍. And then number 3, 𝗏𝗔 what here? 𝗏𝗔 regret. 𝗏𝗔 regret, like that. Those 3. Now we should be able to go to our past papers that all of us we happen to be having. We should be able to go. Yes. Happen to be having. So we start with the 𝐸𝐹 Limited. 𝐸𝐹 Limited was tested in August 2023. August 2023. Question number. August 2023. Question number 3, boy. Question number 3, boy. Once you get it, could you kindly put your thumbs up like this live? I hope you have some gadget. You can also get it online, isn't it? It's available online. 𝐸𝐹. It's next to the homework question I gave you. Karibu sana. It's next to the homework question that I'd given you. Have you found it? We shall overcome. 𝐸𝐹 Limited. 𝐸𝐹 Limited. 𝐸𝐹 Limited. The online guys have not given me any indication as to whether they have gotten this question. The online ninjas have not given me any indication. At least one student has said yes. Lemarona has said yes. 𝐸𝐹 Limited. We are told is a small scale company selling takeaway sandwiches. Question 3B. Question 3B, in a metropolitan town The company would like to make a decision on the number of sandwiches to sell at the forthcoming graduation ceremony at County University. The number of sandwiches sold will depend on 3 market conditions. We have poor, fair, or good condition. The table below details the net profit or loss that would be earned for each possible number of sandwiches sold. So you can see the market conditions, and then we have our number of sandwiches sold. So then if I'm given this kind of a question, first of all, I will put down what we call a payoff table. A payoff table, which this examiner was gracious enough to provide. The examiner was gracious enough here to provide this payoff table. Gracious enough. This is given, right? This is given. It's a profits table. Profits table. Yeah, the profits table. So, you know, in this payoff table, we must have what we call states of nature. So we have here states of nature, and then we have what we call alternatives here. States of nature versus alternatives. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about states of nature? Yeah, states of nature, in this case here, they are uncontrollable. They are probabilistic. So these are uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. So for example, this evening, I'm so sure 100% of us who are in this classroom, we pray that it doesn't rain. But if it starts to rain, it's beyond our control, isn't it? Yeah. So states of nature are beyond us. They are normally probabilistic. You can see in this case here, there are 3 of them. We have what they are calling what here, somebody poor. We have what they are calling what here, somebody fair. And then we have lastly what they are good. You see, honestly speaking, how the market will behave is normally beyond your control. You can invest too much, fine. But how the market will, in this case, at the end of the day, behave is something that is beyond your control. Are you able to see the probabilities? Are they able to see the probabilities? 30%. Fair is 0.4. Good is what here, somebody? 0.3, like that. Thank you so much. And then now we have alternatives. So alternatives, these are our actions. What we are going to do ourselves. So for example, if you're going to sell honestly 1,000 sandwiches, that is upon us, isn't it? We are the one to make that decision. So we have 2,000. We have 3,000. We have 4,000. So you copy them the way they are. You must always have very nice tables. Always. We shall endeavor to have very nice tables. Always. Neat tables. Very good. So here we were gracious. The examiner gave us what here? The profits directly. But nowadays, the examiner can never give you these profits. The examiner would want you to calculate the profits. So here I can see 100,000. The next profit there I can see 300,000. Then I can see 300,000 again. So the next one we have a 0, 600,000. We have a 600,000. We have a loss of 100,000, 700,000. Then lastly, we have 900,000 for this action line. Minus 300,000, 600,000, 1.2 million. So the profits are given there. So we are given a payoff table. A payoff table will always give you what we call conditional profits. For example, if we supply 1,000 sandwiches and the market is poor, we get a profit of how much? 100,000. So it's if. If we supply 1,000 and the market is good, we get 300,000. So you're combining the states of nature vis-a-vis our action points. What you're going to act on as decision makers. So I want to skip number 1 and answer number 2. I want to answer number 2. I want to answer number 2. So number 2 is what I want to answer now first. So we start with number 2, where they want us to give them the 𝗲𝗲 what here? Decision. 𝗲𝗲 decision. So then first of all, we have to understand what 𝗲𝗲 stands for. What is 𝗲𝗲? Maximizing? Don't tell me nothing. Yeah, 𝗲𝗲. Yeah, in short, it is maximum of what here? Maximums. Actually, that's the best way of remembering this. Maximum of maximums. Yeah, it is also known as, you're right, also known as best of the best. Best of the best. Best of the best. Maximum of maximums. So then what you're supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, you are supposed to come here and create a column of what here somebody best. Because again, if you remember very well, normally this is a criteria. A criteria used to advise risk takers. Risk takers. Or in this case here, what we call optimists. Those who always expect the best in life. They always expect the best in life. Tell them that if you do AMA, there are 2 possibilities. It is either you pass or you do what? You fail. Or like now you are an optimist. So it is either you pass or pass. Yeah, because you must pass, isn't it? These are the people we advise using best of what here somebody. So you tell them that there are 3 possibilities when you take 1,000 sandwiches to the market. It is either you get 100,000, 300,000, 300,000. Then for whatever alternative, they always wait for the best. The highest is which one here, somebody? So you go to every alternative, choosing the highest. Go to each alternative, choosing the highest. So under this alternative of 2,000, what is the highest? The online guys are not talking to me. The online guys are not talking to me. The very highest is which one? 600,000. How about these 3,000? What is the highest? 900,000. How about 4,000? 1.2 million. He doesn't stop there. This is a very optimistic individual because he can only go for one alternative at a time. He will settle for the best of the very best. That's why we call it maximum of the maximums. So this 1.2 million is what we call the blue band, the B of B, best of best, B of B. And therefore, the 𝗲𝗲 decision rule is to supply how many sandwiches? To supply 4,000 sandwiches. Nope. Sandwiches like that. To supply these 4,000, the one that corresponds to the best of the best. So I hope that is clear. And I hope now I can go back to my Roman 1 I get to do now what we call max meaning. Ngoja kidogo, okay, sawa. So sijui kama ni hapa ndio mzuri. I scroll up Vienna. Let them first of all Vienna finish writing this, and then I go up. You can as well take a screenshot. Yes. Nime? Oh, ile wiki mbaya. Aya. Wacha niangalia hapa, uzee imeanza kuingia. Thank you so much. I love such kind of corrections. Oh, T. So ningetoa T, eh? You are so keen. Which ya mchawi, eh? Don't copy me, please. Don't copy me. I've learned there. I've learned something. So then, Vienna, now it's your turn to copy this up. And once you finish, which sitting is this? It is August 2023, question number 3B. August 2023, question number 3B. So Vienna, I'm waiting for you to give me a thumbs up for me to continue. You can take a screenshot. Is that Vienna? She's done. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we go to number 1, which is what here somebody maxi who? Max meaning. So this is maximum of minimums. Maximum of minimums. Thank you so much. Maximum of minimums. Also known as best of who? The worst. Which kind of individuals is it used to advise? This is for risk averse. Or investors, risk averse, they fear risks. They are also known as who, these risk averse individuals? Pessimistic. And you can always identify pessimistic individuals anywhere, even how they cross the road, isn't it? Yeah, unapata anakuja anasimama hapa muda mrefu. Yeah, anaona mwingine anaingia anapita. Yeah, anaingia hapa anarudi. Namna hiyo. You're pessimist. And if you are like this, please don't try to change because you'll die. You are born that way. You are born that way. You are born that way. Yeah, great. Ataki ugongo wewe. All right. So then I would want us to come here and advise this individual. So I want us to advise this individual, assuming in this case that now this individual is risk averse. Let's advise this individual. Let's advise this individual. So then what I want you to do, come and create a column here. You create a column here. Do you have some space there? You create a column here. And normally, remember, we start with this part. We normally start with, you see here, it's maximum of minimums. It is best of what here, somebody? The worst. So we start with worst. So we start with worst. This is an individual who looks at life in a way that things are very difficult. To them, they hate everything. These are those individuals who will even tell you that my child is not the very best. I would rather the neighbor's children, isn't it? So if you tell them that if you invest in 1,000 sandwiches, that they could either get 100,000, 300,000, 300,000, they'll not even wait for the average. They'll always wait for what here somebody? The worst. Which is what here somebody? The lowest. So they wait for how much here? I mean, life never works out for them. Go to the second option. These ninjas here will expect what here now? 0. If it's 3,000, they'll expect what here somebody? Negative, a loss, isn't it? Because how am I saying our now? Maisha inawaonea. Kuna watu kama hao in life. Kuna watu kama hao in life. So minus what here, somebody? 300,000. Could we be having those kind of individuals here? Hakuna, isn't it? Hakuna. So now we have the worst scenarios from each alternative. But now you see, we want to optimize. We can only choose one from the worst. So now we work with what here, somebody best of the worst. Now you come and pick the B of W. So if you look at all these, the best of the worst is 100,000, isn't it? So this is the B of W. BW, best of worst. So meaning that you're advising this ninja to go for how many sandwiches? 1,000. We are advising this ninja to go for 1,000 sandwiches. To go for 1,000 sandwiches. To go for 1,000 sandwiches. So in this case here, the maximini alternative. Why not the negatives? Okay, fine. The maximini alternative is 1,000 sand. I will always remember this lady is the one who has taught me the proper spelling of the word sandwiches. I will always remember that. I can never forget. That I can never forget. Now, the student is asking Mwalimu, why not the negatives? You see, you have got 4 worst scenarios. Amongst them, according to the model, amongst the worst outcomes, they want you to choose the best of the what? The worst. If I choose the negatives, I'll be losing. I would rather actually even get 0 than losing, isn't it? If I look at this, here I'll be getting 100,000. Here I'll be getting 0. Here I'll be getting minus 100,000. Here I'll be getting minus 300,000. The best amongst the 4 will be 100,000. 100,000. So you ninja there, I hope I've answered you where we chose 100,000 for our maxi mini. The ninja will be answering me as we go to Roman 3, where in this case here, they want us to give them the number of sandwiches. There is no T there. The number of sandwiches to sell to maximize expected monetary value. That one I will not speak at all. This, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. So for 2,000, assuming we had, ngoja kidogo. Tuende polepole. So tukuja hapa kwanza tunasema kuhusu maxi best. Max mini. So if what happened here? 200,000. Ngoja kidogo too. So a very good question. I like students who ask questions. So if the worst here, don't change your figures. These are just hypothetical figures. So if the worst here for 3,000 was, say 200,000. Best of the worst. A good question here. So the best of the worst. Can you kindly answer this ninja here? If this was 200,000, which one would have been the best of the worst? 3,000, yes. Because you see now here, worst, you get 100,000. Worst, you get 0. Here you get 200,000. So in this case here, the best of the worst would have been this, which corresponds to 3,000. You go for the highest. That's why we are calling them. You know, these are minimums. Maximum of minimums. Maximum of minimums. But later on, I will be telling you why we normally use this worst than that maximum of minimums. There's a reason why we use worst. But if you look at now this one here, you'll be able to bear witness with us that the maximum is 200,000. All right. So EMV, what do we do to get EMV? This is very easy. It is expected monetary value. It is X values times their corresponding probabilities. And then you add them up, isn't it? So we start with EMV of the first one, which is 1,000 sons. 1,000 sons. Let me avoid the witches now. All right. So for 1,000 sons, what am I doing here? 1,000 sons, I can see it will be 100,000 times 0.3 plus 300,000 times 0.4 plus 300,000 times point what? 3. Don't account for these others, eh? No. Haya, tukuje hapo sasa. Mnapata expected monetary value for 1,000. So this will be, I repeat here, so this will be 100,000 times 30% plus 300,000 times 0.4 plus 300,000 times point what here, somebody? 0.3. Somebody is giving me an answer of 240,000. Somebody is giving me an answer of 240,000. Is that okay? 240,000. Now, remember when we began, when we began this topic, we introduced this concept of expected monetary value. And we said whenever they ask you to get expected monetary value, you take the X values that we have, and then you multiply them with their corresponding probabilities, and then you add them up. So like now we had a very short example to get this EMV. We said you take 50 times 0.4 plus, I can see aura 60 here, times 0.6. So we're able to get that 56. So that's what we are doing exactly here. If you look at, for example, 2,000 sandwiches, you can see we have this. We have these payoffs. So you'll take these payoffs times their corresponding what probabilities? Times their corresponding probabilities. So come here and they give us, ladies and gentlemen, EMV for how many sandwiches? 2,000 sands. So I can see the payoffs, the zero there, times 0.3, 30%, plus 600,000 times that probability of fair, 0.4, plus 600,000 times 0.3. Are you able to give me this answer, somebody there? Online Ninja? Huh? For 20,000. Thank you so much. Then we go to EMV for how many sandwiches? 3,000 sandwiches. So EMV for 3,000 sandwiches, where I can see there are three payoffs there. I can see 100,000. I can see 700,000. I can see 900,000, isn't it? So what I just need to do is to combine them with their corresponding probabilities. The first one is 0.3, and I say plus. This one here times its probability of 0.4 plus. This one here times its probability of 0.3, sorry. So is there somebody who is able to give me this answer? Huh? 520,000. 520,000. And then lastly, we have the expected monetary value of 4,000. 4,000. So for 4,000, I can clearly see there, it will be minus 300,000 times 0.3 plus 600,000 times 0.4 plus 1.2 million times 0.3. So are you able to give me this answer? Well, yeah. So from M, 510,000. What do we normally do with the expected monetary value? Money is sweet. The more, the better. Remember, for EMV, the higher, the better. The higher, the better. For EMV, the higher, the better. The higher, the better. So then in this case, you're using EMV. Which alternative do we settle for? 3, yeah? So we are told this is the maximum EMV amongst the 4. Maximum EMV. Maximum expected monetary value. Maximum expected monetary value. Maximum expected monetary value. Maximum expected monetary value. So before I continue, I have some money for you. I love always giving my students money because some of them are not working. Some, not all of you, but some of you are not working. So akishika 2,000 anasikia mzuri sana, si kweli? So then at the back of your books, usiendelee na usimalize swali. At the back of your books, There is some 1,000 bob for you here. Are they ready for the question or prayer time? Not yet a bit. Not yet prayer time, no. A few minutes, right? They are ready. So then we are given payoff. And these payoffs, this time around, they are in the form of costs. So we have, ladies and gentlemen, three of them, 3 states. State 1, state 2, state 3. And then we have alternatives here. A, B, C. 10, 20, 8, 9, 4, 3. 10 to 19. So I want you great students here for 1,000 shillings to give me the maxi decision. 1,000 shillings. Remember, it's about the one who will be able to throw their answer very fast. Already you have an answer. They're saying it's A. They're saying it's A, right? The answer is A, isn't it? So now, nani alikuwa wa kwanza kupata sasa? Watoto kwa mbele, so mtagawana 1,000. Aya, watini tuone. You see, with cost, what do we normally do with the cost? We minimize them, isn't it? So when we say maxi, it is best of what here, somebody? Best of best, isn't it? So in terms of cost, which one is the very best here for A? Ala. Mambo imeenda mbaya. Mambo imeenda mbaya. Ni mbaya, Sisi ni cost. Kwani cost best na kwanga highest ama lowest? Lowest. This now comes because of the question this gentleman asked here. That is why questions are very, very good. So for B, which one is the very best? 3. For C, which one is the best? For C, which one is the best? So then remember now, after getting the best, we are still looking for best of the best. So which ones among the 3 should be the best of the best? C, E. The very nobody got that. So I return back my 1,000, isn't it? Yes. Si nimeandika hapa na capital. Hata nika insist nikasema ni cost. A payoffs in exam atakwambia either profits ama cost. A payoff is a number to us. Nobody got it, wewe. Nobody got it. Wanasema turudia ya. I love those kind of students. I repeat, yes. So nobody got this. Nobody got this. Watu wengi hapa walimwagika kama wale magolikipa wa timu fulani, isn't it? Wakati wa penalty, Wakati wa penalty kwa golikipa walimwagika sana. Mpira inaingilia huku, anaruka wapi? Let me repeat this, my good students. Nitaangalia Paul, don't worry. Nitaangalia. Huwa spendi haramu. Kama ulipata, nitakupatia 1,000 bob. Kama ulipata. But I'm 100% sure all of you, the answers I was seeing were A, isn't it? Sikuona C. All of you. But we shall check. In technology, we shall check. Now, first of all, are we in agreement that maxi is best of the best? Profits, we maximize them. But costs, we minimize them. So then come and give us the best cost. If we go for A, the very best cost ni gani? If we go for A, there are 3 possibilities. 8 is the best, is the lowest. If we go for B, the lowest cost ni gani hapa? 3. If we go for C, the lowest cost ni gani? 2. But you see, you are going to only go for one option. So you go for the lowest of the lowest. Best of the best. Which is what here, somebody now? 2. So this is the best of best. Yeah. So in this case here, the correct answer is supposed to be what here? C. And nobody got this. Nobody got this. Wilma got it, Or Wilma got it A. Who was the first one to get it? Unataka kucheck, Wamesema hata wenyewe wamesema Wilma. Wilma, all of them wanasema Wilma. So Wilma, please give us your mobile number. 1,000 bob. Oh, inaweza kuwa ni guess what? Wewe mbona hukuguess? Wewe mbona hukuguess correct? Frederick, mbona hukuguess correct? So then we should be able to continue after our Muslim prayers. Ama ijafika bado? Mefika, eh? Yeah, so we come back at exactly 6:52. 6:52. Some of us are 20 break. Aha. So anasema he deserves it. Wilma ni gender ni msichana ama mvulana? Wilma. Ni msichana, eh? Ah, ni msichana. Oh, okay. Female, okay, great. We are learning every day. We are learning every day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So remember also physical, somebody must get a present, eh? We give one present to the online ninjas, another present to the physical students. Those case questions with you. But for now, let's die with our own, which is advanced management accounting. Number 4, they want us to give them maximum amount payable. To acquire perfect information. So this is what we call, all right. Thank you so much, Lizia. All right. So this is what we call EV of PR, expected value of perfect information. Expected value of perfect information. So very, very important. I can come and write this in full. EV of PI stands for expected value of perfect information, like that. It measures the maximum amount a firm should pay. A firm should pay for flawless information. For flawless information. And the flawless is basically what we call perfect. Haina dosari hata kidogo, eh? Haina dosari hata kidogo. Haina dosari hata kidogo. So then how do we get this EV? How do we get, sorry. I hope that is okay, Anjay. Thank you so much. So then how do we get this EV of PI? We normally take EV with the PI minus best EMV. If I were you, this is a very important formula that I would have highlighted. Preferably using a yellow water highlighter. Kinafanya aje hii? UDA colors. Wewe. Ushindwe. Ushindwe. So EV of PI equals what here? EV with PI minus what here, somebody? Minus best EMV. Now here there is some money coming, eh? Some money is coming here. Be very, very keen. Be very keen, although it will be little money, because the question here will be very easy. Now, please, let's go back to our original table. Let's go back to our original table here. Be very keen. Be very, very keen. So this original table, we don't have these columns. These columns are not there. These are for maxi and what here, somebody? Maximini. So what we have, my friends, are these three. Actually, 4 rows, like that. So listen, I want to get EV. I want to get EV with the PI, with perfect information. So remember, this expert is coming to advise you on the alternative, not alternative, but on the state of nature that will prevail. So you go to each state of nature, selecting the highest, selecting the best. So for instance, my very good students, please listen. When this person advises me that it is this poor which will prevail, which one should I pick? Which number should I go for here? For poor. So you go to each column, circling the best, because now we have prior information that we shall have a poor market. So if it is poor, I go for 100. What here, somebody? 1,000. What if he tells me it is fair? 600. The very highest is what here? 700,000. What if he tells me it is good? We go for 1.2 million. Now, please listen, my very good students, please listen. Anytime in this case here you hear the examiner talking about expected value of perfect information, this is what I want you always to be remembering. You go to each column, selecting the best. And then now you average. How do you average? We add divided by a lie. But we have probabilities. Times probability, yes. So in this case here, then our EV with the PI will be the circled numbers. The first one is 100,000 times the probability, which is 0.3, plus 700,000 times what here, somebody? 0.4, plus what here, somebody? 1.2 million times 0.3. Everybody nipatie EV with the PI. EV with the PI, I can see what M is telling me there. 670 Birechi. 670. So what have you understood from this thing of EV with the PI in your own mother tongue? Fortunately, I can understand all mother tongues, all of them. You go to each column selecting what here? The best. And then you average by multiplying them with what here? Probabilities. So somebody is telling me, Mwalimu, yes. Thank you so much, Thiongo. Yes. Somebody is telling me we take 620,000 as the average. Is that okay? Then come here, my very good students, and they give me this thing here, which we are calling what here? EV of PI. So our EV of PI will be EV with PI, which is 620,000 minus best EMV that you had obtained up there. This 670. Sorry for that. This is 670,000. 670,000 minus best EMV, which is 520,000. Remember, you guys are my assistant lecturers. You should be able to see the questions coming there. If I'm not able to see them. So then we have here 150,000. 150,000. I think there is a question I missed. There is a question I missed. Let me just check here. I have many ways of knowing the questions. There's a question I must have just. Wait, we multiply with probabilities. No. Valerie, let me just repeat here. That's a very, very good question. So remember, when you are multiplying with probabilities, you are averaging. So see, I went to every column, circling the very best. Like here, the best was 100,000. The best column 2 was 700,000. The very best column 3 was 1.2 million. Then how do we get X bar? X bar, you take X values here times probabilities, and then you do what here, somebody? You sum. So we took these 100,000 times 0.2, plus 700,000 times 0.4, plus 1.2 million times what here? Times point what here? 0.3. A very good question there. Why should you add instead of working with? You see here, this person has advised us. We're working with what we call what if. If he tells us it is poor market, we will work with 100,000. If he tells us it is fair market, we work with 700,000. If he tells us it's good market, we work with 1.2 million. If probabilities weren't there, then I would have taken 100,000 plus 700,000 plus 1.2 million divided by 3 to average. But you see now we are in an environment of probability. So we must do what here? Yeah, we are working with states of nature, yes. We're working with states of nature, yes. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, mathematics of money. Money or the box. Our past paper, I thought our best is, was our best EMV 520,000. Yes. Best EMV is 520,000 here. So I took the EV with PI that we got up there, 670,000 minus the 520,000, which gave me this 150,000, which is the maximum amount payable for this expert information. Like the experts that we have in the broad-based government, isn't it? They're paid a premium. Very good. So now we go to this one. Oh, is it 510 or 520? Let me check. 520, yeah? I think we had done this somewhere. You see, we had 510 here, and then we have 520 as the highest. 520 is the highest. All right. Now we go straight away to this question, and this one now has money, serious money, money that will not be able to carry home comfortably. Serious money. April 2026. April 2026. April 2026. Question number 5. Question number 5B. Question 5B. 𝗶𝗶𝗱 Limited. Oh, you have it. Amjaipatiwa bado class rep, uende uombe Mr. Kioko. Oh, it's coming, eh? I share the question. Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. It's April what? April 2026. I hope you're able to see my screen. Oui, somebody has already taken away the money. Somebody has already taken away the money. Are you able to read that? Okay. 𝗵𝗡 Events Limited has secured an exclusive catering contract for a national outdoor festival. Management must decide in advance the number of premium food packages to prepare, and so all packages will have no resale value after the event. Based on historical patterns, the management estimates the following probabilities. So you can see there we have our three states of nature: low demand, moderate demand, high demand. Estimated profit outcome. So you guys are lucky because they gave us pro for our payoffs are shown below. So then they want us to determine the optimal decision using Max-Mini and the Maxi what here criteria. How many marks are they giving us? 4. Why should they give us very simple questions at this high advanced level? These are level which needs difficult questions. You want simple questions. How will people respect you outside here? You have no choice. I thought you should be praying for difficult standard questions. This substandard. The economy. No, you'll still pass with standard questions. They don't have to set very easy ones. Too much, okay? So shall I do the question? The first thing you ought to have realized in this question, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that drawing our sisters spoiled everything. Is the fact that the payoff table needs to be transposed. The payoff table here needs to be transposed so that states of nature are on the top, isn't it? Yeah, that is the best thing you should have done first. So please master this. I'm transposing this entire table now. I'm transposing it now. So transpose. Payoff table. Transposing means what? Changing rows to become columns. Changing rows to become columns. As in, we shall have here our 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and then we have our states of nature up here. So we have here low, we have a moderate, all right, thank you so much. Then we have a high. So remember when you transpose, a row becomes a column. So row number 1 inside the payoffs here, row number 1 will become what here? Column number 1. So then I'm writing these things downwards. So I'm writing payoffs in red. So the first column here will be 4,000. 2,000 now comes down. I'm changing the first row to become the first column. Negative 3,000. 6,000 negative. So row number 2 becomes column number 2. So what do we have there? 6,000. 9,000. 11,000. 8,000. Everything positive, isn't it? Then the last row becomes the last column, which is 8,000. 12,000. 16,000 and 20,000. Thank you so much. Now, of course, you can still do it in the original format, but this is what is recommended. Now, once I have this, I will be able to get all those other things now. I can start with 𝗏𝐶𝐶. Now I'm good. Now I can start with whichever, isn't it? I can even start now with 𝗏𝐶𝐶 who? 𝗏𝐶_mini. So long as I remember it is best because of 𝗏𝐶𝐶, best of who? And then we shall start with who? We start with the worst for each one of them, isn't it? So I'll pick a different color. So I have worst here. Now this UDA color is not very, very good now. It's very faint. Let me try this. Even these are not very good, but it's much better. So remember, if it's 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini, you start with the worst for each one of them, isn't it? So for this alternative, which one is the very worst? 4,000. Sorry, 4,000. This one is the very worst is 2,000. This one here, negative 3,000. Now, having chosen the very worst, so among us this very worst, which one is the best of the worst? So best of worst, which represents the 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini alternative, is what there, somebody? Oh, yeah, Malone. It's 4,000. This B of worst, isn't it? So then the alternative is that these guys need to supply how many? They need to supply 3,000. What are they? Are they sandwiches? Units, eh? Thank you so much. Units. Units. You have not taught me anything. You. I want you to teach me something in the next lesson, right? We shall overcome. Now, you see, unfortunately, most students in this kind of a question, they'll only answer the first component. And then the question has got 2 parts in itself. So it is 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini and who? And the 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini, isn't it? So 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini, do you have it? 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini, do you have it? 𝗏𝐶, do you have it? 20,000, eh? Ah. So then if you are through with 𝗏𝐶𝐶_mini, I mean, because of my space, I would want to wrap this last column, eh? So I don't know whether they are through with writing this. I want to wrap the last column. Are they here? So I want to wrap my last column here. So then I'll be able to pick my rubber. So now I want to go, my very good students, I want to go to this one here. They are calling what here now? 𝗏𝐶𝐶 who? 𝗏𝐶𝐶, what comes to my mind? Best of the best. Best of the best. Best of the best. So you come and create a column here. Thank you so much, Kongalo. Kongalo. Best. So best, you pick the highest profit, isn't it? So row number 1, the highest profit is what here? 8,000. Row number 2, 12,000. Row number 3, 16,000. Row number 4, 20,000. So, and of course, this is the highest of the highest, isn't it? So this is best of who? Best of the best. And therefore, they should supply how many? And the 𝗲𝗲 supply 6,000 units. And you guys saw all the answers that were given here. None of them was correct. None. The answers were given here. No, walisema hata moja correct. Yes, kweli. Hata hawakujua ku-transpose matrix, hawakujua. Tukosha transpose. Oh, okay. Huh? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So then can you kindly do me a favor? Oh, okay, Hezekiah, okay. Kindly do me a favor, go to Roman 2, calculate expected monetary value for each decision alternative and identify the best decision. So now they're getting expected monetary value for each decision. Already you have an answer? Oh, umenyamaza sana leo. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Already they have an answer. Already they have an answer. Already they have an answer. They are telling me, mwalimu, here for expected monetary value, I need probabilities. And has this examiner given you probabilities? Low is 0.3, 0.4, 0.3. Thank you so much. So I have a very nice board. How I wish even your book was like this. Ungekuja uvute tu. Sasa mimi sijui unafanyaje, lakini yangu ni mzuri because saa yangu nakuja naandika hapa expected monetary what? Value. Thank you so much, Bernard Silla. Thank you so much. So like now for 3,000, I will take this 4,000 times what? Plus, because you see, EMV is an OR. So it is 4,000 or 6,000 or 8,000. So 4,000 times 0.3 plus 6,000 times 0.4 plus 8,000 times 0.3, which will give me what figure? 6,000. Oh, flat. Wow. How about EMV for 4,000? Pick this times its corresponding plus 9,000 times 0.4 plus 12,000 times 0.3. Give me an answer. 7,800. This one, it will be minus 3,000 times 0.3 plus 11,000 times 0.4 plus 16,000 times 0.3, which will give me what figure? 8,300. Then lastly, we have minus 6,000 times 0.3 plus 8,000 times 0.4 plus 20,000 times 0.3, which will give me what figure? So these expected monetary values, you always go for the best highest. So which one is the highest here? 8,300, isn't it? 8,300 is the highest EMV. The best EMV. And therefore, using best EMV, decision, they should supply how many units? 5,000 units. Thank you so much. So I hope everybody is very comfortable. I promised you a question from this area. I promise you a question from this area. I want everybody to be very comfortable. I want everybody to be very comfortable. I want everybody to be very comfortable. So then lastly, they want us to give them EV of what here? PI. Computing the expected value of perfect information, a device whether obtaining perfect demand information would be justified in principle. In principle. Have you gotten the answer? EV of PI? We shall overcome. What is not happening? What is not happening? You know, right now, so many things are happening, especially in secondary schools. So unaweza ona mwanafunzi amenyamaza kama anakupangia, isn't it? Iko migomo, iko vitu mingi sana. Iko vitu mingi sana. Siwezi kubali mwanafunzi anyamaze tu hivyo kwa klasi yangu. Sijui anapanga nini. So Alex is giving me 3,300. EV of PI, Roman 3. EV of PI. Maybe I should share the question here. They're getting 3,300. 3,300. They repeated the same question the other time, a question called junction. Let me see whether I can get it here as I wait for the other students to finish this. They gave us a question called, it's here. Don't underrate this area. I would want you to go and study it again because the examiner can twist it a little bit and then you end up getting a 0 in a very easy question. So for EV of PI, that one can never defeat me because I'll go to each column selecting the best. So I shall be able to come here, like under the first column. Which one is the very best, my good students? First column. 4,000, right? So you circle it. You go to column number 2, the very best is which one? 11,000, right? You circle it. You go to the third one, which is what here, somebody? 20,000. Now from there, my very best students, what I expect you to come and do is to average those 3 numbers. If probabilities weren't given, I would have averaged mother tongue way, 4,000 plus the blue one, 11,000 plus 20,000 divided by 3. But you see here now we have, thank you, probability. So come and give me what we call EV with perfect information. The first one is 4,000 times 0.3 plus 11,000 times 0.4 plus 20,000 times point what here, somebody? 0.3, which will end up giving me what figure? 11,600. Yeah. And do you remember the best EMV? At 300. This is the best EMV here. No. Let me get a better pen. So this is the best EMV at 300. So therefore, my EV of PI, my EV, not that one. I don't want this one. My EV of PI will be equal to EV with PI minus what here, somebody? Best EMV. So EV with PI is 11,600. Best EMV is 8,300. Which will end up giving us what figure? 8,000. 3,300. Yeah. We are done. Is it justified? The students who got it right. Who has a question? Check columns, the states of nature. Each with probability. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you see for Roman 2 optimal answer, we picked 8,300, right, as the best EMV. So then the best, you see we have, if we go for 3,000, we get this money. We get this. So the very best among us, the 4, is the one which gives us the highest, which is what here? Is it 3,000 or 5,000? 5,000. That is, first of all, the optimal, best EMV. But now in terms of this, you can see EV of PI is EV with PI minus best EMV, which gives us 3,300. So in this case here, you are going to incur this money to pay an expert to expecting to get how much? Expected value with, not with, expected best EMV, sorry. So the best EMV is 8,000 what here, somebody? This is what, on average, we expect to get this amount, isn't it? And then, of course, we are being asked by an expert here to give what here? 3,300. Are we okay with that or not okay? We are okay because this is less than the average monetary value. It is less than the best what here, somebody? EMV. So then we are okay paying this amount. Because we are paying this amount, and then we expect, it's called expected money, expected monetary value. We expect to get 8,300, meaning that this will be a profitable decision. Uliza swali sasa. Now, you know, there are these, for example, you'll get MPs. These guys here, before they venture into politics, they'll go to these companies outside here, like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Nowadays, which names do we hear? So they engage them to do a market survey. So then this, like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, will tell you, give us 10 million Kenya shillings. All right? So then you come and compare with what do I expect to get as an MP. So if I expect to get, for example, 2 million, and they're asking me for 10 million, will you give them the money? No, the same logic here. So the expert is asking for how much? 3,300. And how much are you expecting to get on average? 8,300. So you'll stand to get what here? Some profit like that. But even if you miss the last one, I mean, again, it's very, very costly to look for what here? Excellence. You shall never, even in life, never ever endeavor to be excellent. Never. Yeah. Above average is what we want, isn't it? So then we have this question. There was a question here. Hiyo iko sawa. Hiyo tukikosa mark moja, bado utapata award ya the best student in East Africa. Yeah. Then there is this question of junction, which was tested in December 2025. December 2025, question number 1C. Nirudie maxi. Okay. Hakuwa kwa class, Sababu tumefanya ni swali ya 3 ama ya ngapi hii? Hii ni swali ya 3 ama ya ngapi hii? All right. So perhaps maybe what we could do to assist them, although I wanted to give this question as a homework, to assist this student, let's just do this question pretty fast. Here junction, where we'll be able to show them how to get that maxi and the max-min. That is the easiest. Junction cafeteria. December 2025, question number 1C. December 2025, question number 1C. They don't have the but they're online. If you go to online and say past papers, they will come up. Hawana question, sasa nyinyi kusema ukweli. Mambo ni mengi, Ndio hii hapa junction. Junction cafeteria. Are we there? Junction cafeteria. There are so many questions coming up. My assistant lecturer is not helping me here. Or the maximally 1,000 burgers. Take it anasema nimeelewa kila kitu. Which topic is this? Topic number 3. Topic number 3. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. 4,000 burgers already. 4,000 burgers. I hope you'll not teach me how to write a burger, right? That one I know. That one I know for sure. That one I know. But sandwiches, I've learned that one. Wamecomplicate sana, si ndio? Hakuna ini same question na hiyo ingine kabisa. Hakuna. Ladies and gentlemen, what I would recommend, including the ones who have not understood how we did to get the maximini, this is really straightforward. If you guys can get access to the video, I believe you'll be able to understand this very well. Please allow me to tackle something else so that next time I don't come back to this. Is that okay? Very good. Very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is nobody nowadays like this semester, you will not be given these payoffs. Leave alone that concept of transposing. You will not be given payoffs. You must calculate them yourselves. And that is why I want us to look at this question that this student wants us to look at. The question of umbrellas. So now we're August 2025. August 2025. Question number 1B. Watasema, yes. This question here. This question is December 2025. Just write it down, December 2025. Question number 1, cow. Problem sasa wanafunzi wengi watafanya hata kama homework. That one I know, and I can't blame them. Kusoma at this age is not one of the very best things, especially kusoma CPA.
Right. Very right.
Pauline, twende pole tu. Pauline, kuna leo nataka mjue maxi hivyo. Ukishajua hiyo na maximini na best EMV, very good. Nitaintroduce kitu kingine baadaye. We shall overcome, yes. We shall overcome. How about? They have insisted you do the minimax before I exhaust these ones. These guys have insisted. We do the minimax. Okay, fine. At times you must listen. Just like what 𝗏𝐺𝐸 tells us, your ears on the ground. On the ground. Let me just listen. Let me listen here. Let me listen here. So then they want us, in this case here, to show them how to use minimax regret. How to use minimax regret. Great. So this one in full, we say minimizing maximum regrets. Minimizing maximum who? Regrets. So step number 1, you must ascertain a regrets table. You must give us what we call a regrets who table. A regrets table. Give us a regrets table. So come here and give us a regrets table. So I want us to use this same question that we had up here. This one. How do we get these regrets? You go to each column, selecting the best. So select the best in each column. Have we done that? Then let's go and get these regrets. 𝗁𝐶𝐶𝐵H 𝗁𝐵H. Let's get the regrets. 𝗁𝐶𝐵H 𝗁𝐵H. So kumbuka tuko na hii Minimax 3000 burgers. Wachana minimax sasa wewe tuende kwa hii kwanza. We shall overcome, right? So we have the first one. Hata nimesahau hiyo ilikuwa. Hebu niambie the first one ilikuwa ngapi somebody? Hii ilikuwa which state? State. Poor. Low, moderate. Sorry. Low, moderate, and high. So low, moderate, and high, isn't it? And high. Alafu hapa tulikuwa na 4,000 hapa. No, the units 3,000. The alternatives, yes. Sorry. So 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and then what year? 6,000. Chora general structure. Chora. No space. Imeenda wapi? Wachana na hiyo sasa. Hiyo zimekuwa overtaken by events. Hiyo imekuwa overtaken by events. So tumesema uende kwa kila column, selecting what here somebody, the highest. And then this highest is what you use as benchmark. So the benchmark in this case here for this column is 4,000. So benchmark means that you write it all over. You write it all over 4,000. Now for a minus, because I'm calculating opportunity costs. So for column number 1, you transfer all the values down here. So we have here 4,000, 2,000, minus 3,000, minus the way they are. So you select the best in each column, use it as a benchmark downwards, and then you reduce. So like now here we have minus 4,000. The second one will be minus what here, somebody? Oh, I'm alone, but I shall overcome. So you have to deal with column 1 kwanza. Let's deal with column 1 first. So first, we have identified the highest, which is 4,000. What do we do for column number 1? We wrote 4,000 throughout. And then we wrote minus, minus, minus to show row reduction. We are reducing to get those regrets. So then I will say minus the payoffs for each one of them. You can see the first payoff here is 4,000. Second one is 2,000, isn't it? The third one is what here? Negative 3,000. And then this other one is minus what here, somebody? 6,000. So then are you able to give me, my very good students, are you able to give me these payoffs here? The first one, the regret is what? 0. The second one, the regret will be what here, somebody? 2,000. The third one? 7,000 because of minus, minus, isn't it? The third one? 10,000, isn't it? 10,000. 10,000. So before you start writing, let's get regrets for column 2. Let's get regrets for column 2. So we start by identifying the best for column 2. So the best for column 2 is how much? 11, eh? So you already circled, eh? 11. So then what do I do with that 11,000? I write it along, isn't it? Vertically, all over. Hata kama si understand chochote. So 11,000 all over. And then from there, we less the now existing payoffs, isn't it? Less existing payoffs. Are you able to see them? 6,000, 9,000. Sorry, kiddo, may lose that. 6,000, 9,000, 11,000, 8,000. The first one, sister, is giving me a figure of 5,000. The second one, 2,000. 2,000. The third one, oops, 0. Thank you so much. The last one, 3,000. Hebu fanya column ya 3 peke yako tuone kama unaweza. Fanya column ya 3 peke yako. Just try to kishindo, so hata kishindo, so what? So what? Finished? So remember, it's very easy. For the third column, you start by identifying the very highest here, which is what here? 20,000. And then you duplicate the 20,000 across. Sini sawa hivyo? 20,000 hivyo. Unasema minus, 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 minus. Is that okay? And then now you subtract the existing payoffs, isn't it? Do you have them, the existing ones? 8,000, isn't it? So you can read them for me. So we have here 8,000, 12,000, 16,000, 20,000. So do you have these answers? 12,000. Hii inakuja ngapi? 8,000. 4,000. 0, like that. So now remember, what is the name of the method? It's called minimax regret, isn't it? Inaitwa minimax regret. Minimax regret. So unaanza na hii part ya pili. Unaanza na maximum regret. So you go to each row identifying maximum what here? Regret. Each row. So row number 1, what is the maximum regret? I can see 0, 5,000, 12. So you pick 12,000, isn't it? So you go to row number 1, you check the regrets that we have, and you pick the maximum one. So row number 2, what is the maximum? 8,000. 8,000. Row number 3, 7,000. Row number 4, 10,000. So now, having in this case here now chosen the maximum regrets, what do you do to optimize? You times by probability uongo. Your times probability on the EMV. You go for the minimum. So that's about minimax. First you get maximum regrets, and then how to optimize to choose the best one. Now you go for the mini, isn't it? And the minimum. Yeah, minimum amongst maximum regrets is what? Yes, somebody 7,000. And therefore, they should supply how many units? Supply how many units? 5,000. 5,000 units, like that. So nataka niwaibie siri moja ambayo hamfai kusahau forever. Kwanza maliza kuandika kwanza ya 5,000 units. So is there somebody who has picked some idea here, which now they can use, develop? Question, which now they can use later on to develop further this concept? Question? Great. Thank you so much. I scroll up, like where? Like here. Oh, I go up. Okay, here. Okay, up. Fine. Yeah, I'm learning many things. Good. Life is good. Minimax regret. So here the most important thing is for you to know how to calculate the regrets. Usipojua kucalculate regrets, kuisha unapata 0 the entire question. And I normally tell my students, and this by the way came from, have you finished? Finished. Anytime you hear this question being asked, let me tell you something. Anytime you hear this question being asked, when you hear them asking you about what here? Minimax regret. What are you supposed to do? First of all, the examiner will never add this word here. The examiner will tell you use the minimax method. So whenever they tell you to use the minimax method, for you to not to forget this forever, always remember that minimax Unakumbuka miniskirt, regret. Ala. Utawahi sahau kweli? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure hosting all of you this evening. I see you when? Saturday at what time? 6 p.m. And so many of you during this exercise, you are giving information back to the school. So many of you are not happy about our 11 a.m. classes. Why? And I'm coming to only do a question 30 minutes. I record and it's put in the LMS. Don't you think it's to your advantage? The 11 a.m. This is mchana, ili nafanya homework. Muko busy, but I mean, when I'm doing a question and LMS, I'm connecting all of you today. Yeah, but why are you against the 11? I mean, like now I should come and do like one question. But 1 p.m. has been swallowed by AFM permanently. AFM. Sasa inaenda kucompete na AFM, eh? Upload the video is still good. Oh, tea break, eh? 10:30. 10:30 for only 30 minutes. Cheers. We win, all of us. We are winners. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye. December 2025. Ayo mwezi fanya. Paka niwapatie approach ya kufanya payoff table. Let me start with that. Hawatakubali. Hata nyinyi hamtakubali. 10:30 mtakuwa available. Sawa. Thank you so much. Timetable go down the timetable. Tupate school fees. Okay. Eh? You know, you have a very good class rep. When he doesn't remind me, beat him up. This class rep. Assignment tafanya. I promise. You ntapata. Tomorrow AFM I'll be here. Tomorrow I'll have gotten. Tonight lazima nifanye. Thank you so much. Kuja hapa kiti hapa sasa. All right. Godana I've seen already.